Election day in Uganda. Technical glitches, delays, and rising tensions. On January 15, 2026, Ugandans turned out in large numbers to cast ballots in a presidential and parliamentary election that has drawn intense scrutiny at home and abroad. A BBC News video report, depicting frustrated voters, long queues, and apparent disruptions at polling stations, captured some of the practical and political challenges unfolding in the country's electoral process. Long queues and technical problems. From the first hours of voting, many polling stations across Kampala and other regions experienced significant delays in opening. Equipment needed for identifying voters, especially biometric verification machines designed to scan fingerprints, failed to function properly at numerous locations, preventing voting from starting on time and forcing some officials to revert to manual checks. These problems were not isolated. Some stations reportedly did not receive ballot papers or key materials by the scheduled start of voting, and where machines did work, they often malfunctioned or displayed errors. Voters and local officials voiced their frustration in real time, with long lines building in the mid-morning heat as people waited for the technical issues to be resolved. Internet blackout and communication issues. Compounding the logistical problems was a nationwide internet shutdown imposed by Ugandan authorities just days before Election Day. The move, officially justified as a way to prevent the spread of misinformation, severed social media and mobile data services across the country. Critics, including civil society and international observers, argue that this blackout hindered transparency and communication among voters, journalists, and election monitors. For many Ugandans, the combination of technical faults and lack of online connectivity created confusion and uncertainty. Some voters arrived at polling stations hours after voting was supposed to begin, only to find themselves stuck waiting for machines to be fixed or manual systems to be implemented. Political stakes and allegations. The election saw President Yoweri Museveni, in power since 1986, seeking a seventh term in office. His longest-serving opponent was Robert Kyagulanyi, widely known by his stage name Bobby Wine, a popular musician turned politician who has galvanized younger voters and critics of the status quo. Amid the delays and disruptions, opposition figures voiced concerns that the technical problems could disproportionately affect voter participation and the fairness of the process. Wine and his supporters alleged irregularities, including reports of ballot stuffing and the intimidation or arrest of opposition polling agents, claims that authorities have disputed. A wider context of election tensions. This election took place in a climate of heightened political tension and under a heavy security presence, with fears of unrest following years of vigorous campaigning and sporadic violence. Human rights groups and international observers have also raised alarm over restrictions on political organizing and the blocking of communications ahead of voting. Despite the technical glitches, polling continued into the evening as electoral officials worked to ensure that those waiting in line were able to cast ballots, and the counting of votes began once polls closed.